Bill Goudy checking in. We are on an adventure. We have a special guest today. Yep, Kris has come to visit. Check it out. Welcome, Kris. Hey, Kris. Oh. Hi, Kris. I'm glad you could make it. Let's go see some sights, shall we? So, Kris, this is the view from my driveway of the Mississippi River. Yeah, I'm up on the bluff, overlooks the river. And this is the time of year, once the leaves leave the trees, that we can see the river. Just beautiful, isn't it? Oh, it's too windy to fish today. Whitecapping out there now. And maybe we'll get some fishing in later. So it's waterfowl season right now. Yeah, that's a duck blind out there. People build them and then they run their boat up in there and then they shoot ducks or geese. Yeah, I don't know, can you see those? There's a couple of them in there. They put the decoys out. Pretty interesting, isn't it, Kris? So, Kris, this is David's Chambers, is what the State Highway Department calls it, but the locals call this Lover's Glen. And underneath the highway, over there to the river. Yep. It's a beautiful area. Very nice. So this is a wild game refuge. Yeah, mostly waterfowl wild game refuge. No hunting allowed in there. And it's just a real nice place. However, it's growing up so big and so fast you really can't see much wildlife. So, Kris, there's a historical marker over here. Check it out. Check this out, Kris. This is the Nauvoo area Veterans Memorial. Yeah, you weren't here. Maybe I'll show you the one in Burlington we went to. But this is pretty awesome for a small town to have such a nice memorial. Come on down this way, Kris. We'll go down and see the Stone Arch Bridge. You know there's some history here. There's another creek. And look at the construction of this bridge, will you? You just look at that. Yeah, that's been here a long time. Another waterfall. Can you see that? Can you see that waterfall in there, Kris? Man, it's just so nice. Again, this runs right into that game refuge. Right out there is the Mississippi River. Isn't that neat? So, Kris, there's like two areas of Nauvoo. You know, they call the lower area the flats, and that's where the Mormons settled. They used to call this Commerce City. And there's a couple visitor centers down here. One is put on by the RLDS, and one is put on by the LDS. We'll just take a quick drive down through there, check it out. So this is the RLDS and the Joseph Smith Visitor Center, and it's a nice place to visit. They show a nice video in there, and it's pretty awesome. A lot of history right there, Kris. At one time, this whole area was full of people. It wasn't all open like this. They felt this was a swamp, and the dam wasn't built, and the river used to flood in here, and there was a lot of rich land down in here. Well, they filled it all in and made it inhabitable until they were run out. Isn't that awesome? Looks like a giant park, doesn't it? And every once in a while, yeah, you find a house. So they refurbished many of the buildings here, and you can tour them and it doesn't cost a thing. It's free. That's why so many people come here during the summer. Yeah, a very cheap vacation for sure. Yep, printing office, post office, the old time post office. Look at this, Kris. That is a Jonathan Browning home, gunsmith and shop. Isn't that neat? One of my favorite places to go. You talk about some history. Yep, a lot of gun history in there. That's the old bakery, Kris. Not very big, is it? Didn't have to be. In the cultural hall. Here's another visitor center, Kris. This is the LDS Visitor Center. They show a video in there, and they have a garden you walk through as well. I think it's the Garden of the Woman. I think that's what they call it. I might be wrong. So check this out, Kris. The Nauvoo tour would not be complete without a quick glimpse of the Mormon temple. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, and look at the view, Kris. That is the Mississippi River down there. Yeah, and Montrose, Iowa. You used to cross the river right here, Kris, back in the day. Yep. A lot of history here, Kris. So this is the drive through the main business district of town. Right underneath the water tower is the city hall, and that's where the police station and the city clerk and treasurer's office all are. There's a fudge factory, coming up on the fudge factory, right there, and insurance, and this used to be an old Nauvoo movie theater. It's been converted over to a ice cream shop now. A lot of old buildings here. Yeah, John Krause Furniture, KFC. Nauvoo Tourist Information Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center right here. That was Dottie's Red Front. It's closed now. It's not a Red Front anymore. It used to be a tavern where you could get food and drink there, but they closed it down. Nauvoo Market, Sinclair Station. Post office is down that street right there. So check this out, Kris. This is Baxter's Winery. Yeah, one of Nauvoo's oldest wineries. They got blue cheese and bulk foods and kitchenwares. Yeah, you need to go in there and check that out. They make the wine here. You know, there's a lot of history behind this, Kris. After they shot Joseph Smith over in Carthage, and Hiram, I think his brother Hiram, and they ran him out of town, and they followed Brigham Young out to Salt Lake City, Utah. Well, the Icarians moved in after the Mormons left, and the Icarians brought all the grapes, and they planted vineyards everywhere, and that's that's where the wine comes from. So there's lots and lots of grapes here. Yeah, lots of different grapes, and apple orchards and fruit of all kinds. Yeah. Pretty awesome. You need to check it out. So this is just an example of some of the vineyards that are here in Nauvoo. This happens to be some of the younger grapes, but this is, you know, an example of what's happening here. So this is the upper part of Nauvoo. It's just regular houses. Yeah, small houses. Well, houses of all different sizes and types and shapes, and yeah, just like your small middle town, small town USA. That's what it's like. Small town USA for sure. So there are, like, I know of 4 visitor centers. There might be more, but I know of 4. The Christian Visitor Center, the Tourist Information Center, our LDS, and the LDS Visitor Center. So yeah, for 1,000 people, that's a lot of visitor center, isn't it? So I hope you enjoyed your tour of Nauvoo, Kris. I want to thank your friend AK Driller for sending you over this way. It's just awesome. The link to his channel will be down below. If you haven't checked out AK Driller, check him out. And a link to Nathan will be down below as well. It's Nathan in 4 numbers, but I can't remember what the numbers are. I just don't remember it's Nathan. Yeah, I just have a poor memory, that's all. Thank you for watching. Man, I do appreciate it. You have no idea. Bill Goudy out. Really out this time.